first throw. Here's Winston. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. This is intercepted. Picked by Trayvon Mullen. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line.
Well, they certainly took a shot to open this game. I know it backfired with the interception, but no lack of bravado from that sideline at all. And look, they told us before the ball game, they wanted to be a little more dangerous on offense. They wanted to take a few more chances. That opening pass certainly set a tone. Maybe a turnover, but I don't think it'll stop them from trying again the rest of this game.
Now a give to Jacobs running right. They find some open field here. They'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. A Raider first down, 17 yards. Carr. Oh, looking for water, but this is intercepted. Marcus May with a pick. And the Saints are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. And that was one I kind of saw coming, Charles. A free safety just hanging back there over the middle, waiting, and he saw that ball go in the air, and he jumped on it.
And I don't know why the quarterback didn't see that. That was just your standard cover 3, which means a free safety in the middle of the field, the 2 corners, and they divide the field in thirds. But when you have a free safety with range, like a good center fielder, he can go from side to side and make plays on the football as he did there.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, the great coach has said football is really a simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush one, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
A second down throw for Winston. That is hauled in by Michael Thomas. He's got room at the 30. And he's going to be out of bounds all the way down inside the 15. A big-time play there for New Orleans. 49 yards.
The timing was absolutely true as he caught it working across the field. Plenty of space for him to roam. But notice how he keeps his head on a swivel, looking for defenders who may crop up out of nowhere. That turned into a big play.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on first. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Jonathan Abram picks it, and the Raiders force the turnover, and they'll take over at the 10. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe give him a couple easy throws that he can complete and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
Yeah, it's still in the first half here. A long way to go. Still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to third down. Trying to run for it with Jacobs. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. Here's A.J. Cole now to punt this one away. Deontay Hardy deep for New Orleans. And taken right on the 30. 51 yards on the punt there. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
Throwing again, Winston on 2nd and 10. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, if incompletions on first and second down, it certainly seems like a reflection of what we've seen so far in this game. The defense, quicker to the punch so far. Let's see if they can get something going here on third down.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Winston now. There's Chris Olave. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. To the air again with Winston. And the Raiders have got him. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on first down to set him back on 2nd. Another try after the first down sack. Winston throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make third down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big third down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Jameis to throw it. And that is incomplete.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
Blake Gillikin on the punt now on 4th down. And look at this, it's a fake. And this is caught, and the gamble pays off. They get the first. A big breakdown defensively there on the fake punt. Turns into a huge play and a first down.
Always enjoy a good fake. I really enjoy it when he throws the football from punt formation. Now, you were a kicker and a punter in high school. Did you ever do that?
And the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down. And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. To throw is Winston. And Jameis intercepted a 3rd time. And the Raiders will take over possession here up at the 44. They set themselves behind the chains, trying to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it back one pitch at a time. In this case, they tried to get it back right away, and it didn't work out.
They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. On play action, it's Carr. He gets this to Devontae Adams. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A first down there on a pickup of 25. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. We're scoreless after 1. No score. Second down, Jacobs once more. And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
He needed 2. He barely got back to the line of scrimmage, and the Saints will have the football back.
Partner, when you see a running play stop short like that, you just know that the defensive front, they won the battle of leverage and created the push back into the opposing backfield.
And for the offensive coordinator, whether you had 1 yard to go or 20 yards to go on 4th down, now you're probably saying, oh, maybe I should have passed it, right?
Yeah, hindsight is always 20/20.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. throwing. Winston. Quick reaction as he catches it off the tip.
Winston's pass complete to Jarvis Landry. A loss of 2 yards. It's now
third and short yardage. Winston. That's complete to Troutman, right side. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. To throw, Winston. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Anthony Averett picks it. And the Raiders are going to take over at their own 2-yard line. Well, CD, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. With 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked him off.
Yeah, and instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him, throwing the football, while we look at the defense, they came in prepared. Had an excellent game plan, well scouted, and they're taking it away at almost every turn.
Second down, Jacobs once more. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. Given 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a third and about 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Throwing now is Carr. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. Here's A.J. Cole now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. Great coverage there, holds him to a 2-yard return following a 50-yard punt.
at their own 42-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And partner, I know so far, we're still in the first half, but you love this game as a defensive guy. 0-0. We'll see if the offense can get going on this drive.
Well, you know how they talk about music to your ears? How about what it does for your eyes when you watch something like this, right? Where these teams are locked in and going at it. No points going up on the scoreboard. I'm loving it. You're exactly right.
Well, switch over, though, to an offensive mindset for a moment. What do they need to do here to get on track and get some points?
Well, I think a couple of ways. Number one, you pull out something that maybe they haven't seen before. Coaches always talk about unscouted looks. Maybe you give them something that they haven't seen on tape, and now you shock them that way. The second, run your basic playbook, but run it so well that you give your skill position guys a chance to make big plays individually.
Winston from the gun on third down. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Duron Harmon, and he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. That is now 5 interceptions that he has thrown in this ball game. If I asked you to speculate what's possibly going on in his head, what would you say?
Well, if he's as mentally strong as I believe he is, he understands that not all of these picks have been his fault. You know, some of those, yes, but there have been a good number of them where he hasn't been helped by his own receivers, and they've turned into interceptions. So he knows if he keeps firing, perhaps good things can happen, not just in this game, but especially in later ones.
On play action, now Carr. That one into the hands of Adams downfield. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
A gain of 22 yards. First down, Las Vegas.
Running straight ahead is Jacobs, down right around the 25. And the tackle there by C.J. Gardner-Johnson.
1-yard gain. Brings up second and 9.
On second and 9, Carr. Oh, looking for Waller, but this is intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And the Saints are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line. If you're a lover of offense, this has not been the half for you thus far. Luckily for me, though, I'm sitting next to a lover of defense, and we have had plenty of that, including that interception.
Yeah, and I mean, that still makes it a great game, doesn't it? Everybody talks about if the ball's not in the end zone and points going up on the board, it's not as much fun. I love these defensive battles. Something's got to give with these turnovers. Who can convert them into points?
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. From the shotgun, it's Winston. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Duron Harmon, and he'll bring it back to the 9-yard line.
You can easily see the logic. It's a tie game. They just wanted to press it a little bit right before the half, hoping to get one more score.
Yeah, easy to second-guess the result, but now you have to think after that interception, just a field goal, and they're behind at the break.
Yeah, I think at the half, the head coach just says, look, that's on me. I wanted to press it, but it's because I believe in you guys.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. One more time with Jacobs. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
Nice call by the defense there on 3rd down. Just flood the field with extra defensive backs in their dime package. Nowhere to go with the football. Forces the incompletion.
Now a timeout coming here defensively. As on 4th down, may as well make them punt it. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. This is a 26-yard attempt. Carlson able to put this one through. And we have action on the scoreboard just before halftime. It's 3-0.
Well, Charles, I think you'd have to call that a win for the defense after the turnover already in field goal range, and they had to settle for 3.
Yeah, Bean, the beautiful part is you start so close to the end zone that your thought process on offense has to loosen up a little bit because you're thinking to yourself, you're almost guaranteed 3. Let's take some good shots at the end zone and try and turn it into 6.
At their own 13-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. 1 second, all that remains. Final play of the half here, Winston. He sets to fire deep. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. These offenses seemingly still back at the hotel for the first half. 3-0 our score as the second half gets underway. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. He'll give it to Jacobs to start the drive. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. He finds his man Johnson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's a handoff to Jacobs. And he is going to lose yardage here. So the 1st down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Play action. Now it's Carr. And that's complete to Adams. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a 3rd here, and it's good for a 1st.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
He's got it to the 43 here.
We know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage. But
and for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked up by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. 20. 5. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So this whole game gets flipped on its ear right there. The interception, return for a touchdown, and this lead changes hands here in the 3rd quarter.
And it certainly felt like this defense had a read on what was going on the offensive side of the ball. So let's cut down our coverage a little bit. Let's be in a position to make a play on the ball. And boy, that sure turned out well for them.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Carr now to throw. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman.
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
With the Eagles.
That's right. Then against the...
And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Another try after the first down sack. Winston. And now here's another interception. Picked off by Duron Harmon. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. They fake the handoff. Now Carr. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. And my goodness, another interception. Marcus May with a pick. And the Saints are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. Boy, they get him yet again, Charles. 5 interceptions in this game. You rarely see this, maybe a couple of times in a season, but this defense, they've been fantastic.
It's certainly an example of watching a defense that is in the zone, right? We use that term so often, but most of the time, it's for people who are on offense. In this case, it's the defense as a whole, all locked in with each other, all ready to go.
From the 25 on 2nd down, Winston. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Trayvon Merrick. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
Well, nursing such a small lead, you thought he'd take better care of the football after his last drive. Now for the 2nd straight possession, he's put all the pressure right back on his defense. They need to take a stand and hold that lead.
And my goodness, another interception. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And the Saints will take over here at their own 12-yard line. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did 3 times. And now here's another interception. Picked off by Nate Hobbs. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. Boy, Charles, that is now 3 interceptions in 3 consecutive drives, and you can see he's just got a look of disgust and bad body language, understandably, as he walks off the field.
And I think it comes from the fact that he's not sure what he sees down the field, Brandon. I don't know if he's seeing ghosts, I don't know if he just can't read defenses. I'm not sure what it is, but that's why he's frustrated. Think about the defense right now. Every time they run on the field, they've gone from hoping to intercept the pass to expecting to intercept passes. Their confidence at an all-time high right now.
And great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. Here's Carr. He gets this one to Johnson. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Now a play fake. Carr. That's caught by Waller out left side.
And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. Carr to throw again. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And the Saints are going to get the football back at their own 17.
Charles, this is pretty unbelievable. 4 interceptions in a single game. How has he done it?
Well, if you open up the football dictionary and see the term nose for the ball, this guy's going to pop up now. He is now the picture. And maybe if you're on the offensive side, you try and find a way to throw away from his area from this point forward, don't you?
I think I would advise that. But now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Glad to be in the great city of New Orleans, rolling along here in the third quarter, 2nd and 10.
Now Winston. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And he is going to lose yardage here. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13.
Well, sometimes despite the best planning, the defense actually has a plan as well. And they blanketed everyone on that play. They were able to close it down and spill it for a loss.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Saints on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Winston.
Alvin Kamara reeling it in on back-to-back plays.
And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to about the 19. 5 yards, not enough. And it'll be 4th down. Here comes the Saints punter now. On presumably to punt, though he did complete a pass earlier. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit. And now here's another interception. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And yes, folks, that is his 5th interception, a new NFL record.
And that's absolutely phenomenal. I just have to flat out applaud him. What a great effort in this game. But let's face it, when you look back at the numbers of guys who had 4 in the past, you'll find the names of some of the greats and some guys who just had a fantastic game.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Now a pass dumped off to his running back.
And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
That's the gain of 7. Makes it 3rd and 2.
Winston on 3rd and 2.
He'll get this to his tight end, Troutman. And he is going to have a Saints 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
To throw is Winston. Now they go screen. It's complete. Bulldozes past him. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. A good pickup there on 1st as the screen pass gets him 8.
And good yardage there on 1st down, because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get 1 key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively, or it could have gone for more.
They go play action. Winston. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Jarvis Landry from 10 yards out.
And the Saints get an important score there to extend their lead here in this 4th quarter.
Lutz good on the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. After the touchdown, Lutz Raiders to kick it off. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. On play action, it's Carr. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. He's got him in, complete. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Keelan Cole, 76 yards. And the Raiders have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting. But I am excited about this. I know you are, too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And from the end zone, Deontay Hardy will bring it out. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And with that last touchdown, I mean, we're set up for a good finish here. Some things to consider, Charles. Obviously, it's a very close game. You're in the 4th quarter. Defensively, they've got all 3 timeouts in their back pocket.
So the chess match really ramps up, doesn't it? Because in these situations, what do? Do you run the ball and kill the clock here? Or do you try and bury them with another score? And how about defensively? Do you use your timeouts at early's opportunity? Or wait till you hit the 2-minute warning? So there's a lot going into this one. Let's see how each side goes about their strategy.
And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. He'll get 15 and a Saints first down.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Trying to run down some clock with Kamara. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10. At the 36.
On play action, Winston. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Anthony Averett picks it, and he'll bring this one back to the 29. A seismic shift in momentum here in the 4th quarter. That's the break that the defense needed.
And you know as well as I do, people are going to question the play call in that situation. Sometimes you have to question the execution, not necessarily the call. And in this case, those defenders found a way to give their team a chance.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. It'll be a minimum pickup, and it will take us to the 2-minute warning. On 2nd and 7, Carr steps away, and that'll be incomplete. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
And it's complete to Adams. Touchdown! Devontae Adams, 26 yards. And the Raiders have taken a 4th quarter lead. They get one more as the extra point's up and good. So it's now a 3-point game here in the closing stages as a field goal now can only tie it. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
Not in a position where they absolutely have to rush right now, but they definitely have to pick up the tempo a bit.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Here's Winston. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
An 8-yard loss on the play. It's now 3rd down.
Winston. And that is incomplete.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
Desperation time. Winston on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line. On the handoff, this is Jacobs, and he is going to lose yardage here. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in the 4th. 2nd and 12, and you'd have to assume another all-out effort to stop the run is coming. Once again, it's Jacobs. He will push his way down to about the 14. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. A chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Here's Jacobs. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know that sounds really generic, and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front. Offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. A short kick taken at the 18. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Nate Hobbs. And the Raiders are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. Well, obviously, Charles, this stage of the game, down 2 scores, they had to put the football in the air. Unfortunately, it gets picked off.
And the criticism comes easily in situations like this, but you just laid it out. Look where they are on the scoreboard. Look at where the clock is in the game. He has to take a chance here and try and get the ball downfield to his receivers. Unfortunately, it was picked off.
From their own 40 to the other 40. The gain of 20 leads to 1st and 10. To throw is Carr. Here's back-to-back catches for Davante Adams. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Carr to throw. And he's got it. Touchdown, Raiders. A pair of teammates at Fresno State connecting there. Derek Carr to Davante Adams. And the Raiders are an extra point away from making this a 3-score game. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17.
14. Daniel Carlson to kick off for Las Vegas.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. Pulls it in at the 13. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25.
The Saints take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Well, this is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. One last shot now for Winston. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Nate Hobbs. And the Raiders come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.
I'm the best, and the best, and you know. And I got it, and I got it on my own. Get my way up, get my go, go. If I touch it, then it's cold, then it's cold. I'm the best, and the best, and you know. And I got it, and I got it on my own. Get my way up, get my go, go. If I touch it, then it's cold, then it's cold. For the bank and they know I'm in prison. He wanna talk, but he not on the schedule. I ain't taking no from my boy heavy. I'm the best, and you heard what I said. Spend all the money, I'm dripping, it's falling. Got on it, then it's dripping like water. Teaching but I don't have a daughter. I know me, I can pick up when I call it. Working big, and it don't hurt to break, cause I'ma always do it how I wanna do it. Every time he lead a do it, Mr. Knew I got him running to it. I'ma need to pull the mail before we talk it that I'm waking up and thumbing through it. Run a like a runner do it. Stun on her till like a stunner do it. I'm the best, I'm the best. And I got it on my own. Get my way up, get up, go, go. If I touch it, then it's cold, then it's cold. I'm the best, and you know. And I got it, and I got it on my own. Get my way up, get up, go, go. If I touch it.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the New Orleans Saints and the Las Vegas Raiders. And we are underway at Allegiant Stadium. And no run back on the opening kickoff. It will come out to the 25. The first throw, here's Winston. Oh, it's tipped, and he lost the football. And the Raiders pick it up. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
To put it mildly, that is not the way anyone wants to start off a game. You fumble on your first offensive snap. But now what you're worried about is, does that linger throughout the game for your guys on offense? And how's the defense going to handle it? Because no one expects to run out on the field on the first play and have to all of a sudden start to play themselves.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now Carr.
Well, into a sea of defenders and intercepted.
Marcus May with a pick. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
So, Charles, our first points of the game provided defensively. What a play that was.
And I can only imagine that the folks at home watching are thinking to themselves, that's one of those plays where once the ball leaves the quarterback's hands, you just sort of go, uh-oh, and wait for the result. This time, the defense benefited.
Lutz with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away.
Fair catch. Made at the 25-yard line. The Raiders take over first and 10 at their own.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. Now Carr to try again after the pick six. Trying to get it to Adams, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
And not the first quarter that he was hoping for. Now 2 interceptions thrown.
Well, the good ones, they find a way to compartmentalize, right? Put these behind them, have that short memory, but understand why they threw the 2 interceptions. They go on and usually play a pretty decent game. Other quarterbacks, they have a hard time getting past it and often put the ball up for grabs.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Max Crosby. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13.
Second down.
After the sack on first down, Winston. And pressure coming, and they got it once again. Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously. Led to a very quick sack. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Mullen. And the Raiders are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. So they tried to take the deep shot there, but this defense up to the task.
And a lot of times when you like this, if it does get intercepted, there's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, you've got 5 big offensive linemen out there playing on their feet in open space. Not a skill most of them possess. That allows for extra yardage on the return.
Brings up second and 9.
On play action, now Carr on the move to his left. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Rocky started throwing the football. He's missed now on his first 4 attempts.
Eager to see what his demeanor is going to be from this point forward, because the best ones, they missed the first 15 attempts, and they think they're going to hit the next 50.
And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Darren Waller, 50 yards. And the Raiders' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. The extra point by Carlson, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This taken in at the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Saints take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. 3.5 to go, first quarter. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Winston.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Merrick.
And the return will stop right around the 25.
Well, they're certainly not giving much up to their defense, are they? Because for the second time now, that D has had to run back out on the field early after an interception. And remember, on the last drive, the opposing side took it in for 6 after that interception.
They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
2nd and 5 now. Carr. Got a man. It's Darren Waller. Touchdown! Darren Waller with a touchdown grab for Derek Carr. And the Raiders have taken the lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. Taken at the goal line.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
Still early in this one, Charles, but the last time this offense was out there, they threw their first interception of the ball game, so trying to avoid repeating that mistake here on this drive.
And to put a positive spin on it, at least it happened in the first half and not in a close game in the fourth quarter. But you're absolutely right, partner. One of the last things this offensive quarterback wants to witness again in this game.
Kind of an obvious question, Charles, but anything you try to avoid after your first pick, or you say it's one interception, we're still in the first half, I'm going to do the same thing?
I think you want to avoid playing scared.
There he goes, left side. Past the 20. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara, 73 yards. And the Saints are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Lutz good on the extra point, and we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
Their catch made at the 25-yard line. The Raiders take over 1st and 10.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Running is Jacobs, and he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
To throw his Carr. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, it certainly appears that they're going to try and keep getting him the football. It's the 3rd time they've looked in his direction. Unfortunately, haven't completed one yet, but I'm not sure they're going to shy away from him. They feel like they've got something there and they want to capitalize on.
I think you're right. We're only in the first quarter, so a lot of opportunities ahead. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well. They'll They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line.
A loss of 2. Brings up second and goal.
Play action. Now it's Carr.
46-yard line.
He gets this to Devontae Adams. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 39. A solid gain of 15 yards and the sticks move. They run it with Jacobs. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. Pretty entertaining start. 14-all the score on EA Sports. On 2nd and 9, Carr. And this one is incomplete.
With a dime look on defense, 2 extra defensive backs on the field have covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. Able to find Waller. That's complete. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Back to the running game with Jacobs. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
Everyone's eyes go to him when he nears the end zone, and that includes the coverage, who took away the easy throwing lanes and forced the high throw.
This offense 2 for 2 on 3rd downs on this drive. They're in for a tough test here, though. 3rd and long. To throw, it's Carr. And finding Keelan Cole. Touchdown, Raiders. 3rd touchdown pass now for Derek Carr. And the Raiders are able to catch him for 6. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is now 21-14. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
So remember, Charles, last time they were out here, they scored, but they just saw the opposition score, and they're trailing right now, so they're trying to keep pace here. They need a touchdown run.
Well, if you're a fan of offense, you're loving this, but if you're a fan of defense, this is tough to watch, and it's also tough to keep that up when you just watch your opponent march down the field on a scoring drive that lasts into double-digit snaps. You need to score here, not just to follow the momentum from your last drive, but put the onus back on your opponent. And that's what they're doing right now, swapping that onus back and forth.
And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They run it again with Kamara. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
The tackle made by Jinx1. 2 yards on the pickup.
They'll try to throw now. Winston. He'll find his tight end. It's Adam Troutman. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 43. Winston to give. It's Kamara. And look at this. Middle of the field. A breakaway. Touchdown. New Orleans. Alvin Kamara with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. Wants a look to add the extra point. He's got it, and we're all tied at 21.
That ties the game at 21 apiece. Will Watts to kick off 41.
A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And right now, we've got a little bit of an offensive masterpiece going on both sides, moving the football, scoring points. It's almost like somebody... He's got a man! Complete! And they've got it well across midfield, down to the 40 before it's all said and done. It's a gain of 35.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
They'll run right here with Jacobs. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
At the 40-yard line.
They fake the handoff. Now Carr rolling to his left. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He hits Adams, complete. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 25-yard line. The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow him to convert a 3rd and 18. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
At the Saints' 26-yard line.
Now Carr. That's going to be caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it with an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Here's Jacobs. And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. Josh Jacobs taking it in from a yard out. And the Raiders will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Again, it's Kamara. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Winston. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
Incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here. 3rd and 10. Jameis to throw it. And Jameis intercepted a 3rd time. Jonathan Abram picks it. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score.
In a tight game like this, that could be an incredibly important pick six, CD. And remember, it cancels out the one that the opposition had earlier in this ball game.
You're right about that, partner, because each side came up with plays to swing the momentum their way. Still plenty of time left for either team to come through with a win, though. Can someone else make a similar play and win it for their club?
So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner.
And they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
He continues to deliver a first down here. He had 4 catches in the first half, and this one number 5. Jacobs going to try the middle. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. Demario Davis there on the stop.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Throwing on 2nd down. Carr. Over the middle, complete. That's Adams. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 34-yard line. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
On first down, Carr. He goes right back to Adams. That's complete. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A really good pickup of 28 yards. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. One more time with Jacobs. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Josh Jacobs with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Raiders take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing, and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
He completes it to Olave. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39.
17 yards. First down, Saints.
First down, Winston. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked by Trayvon Mullen. And he will bring this across midfield to the 49-yard line. It's still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
On play action, it's Carr. And it's complete to Adams. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. 17 yards is the
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in their second half blowout material.
Here's Carr to throw. Here's back-to-back catches for Davante Adams. Another first down as they call his number again. He's got 15 yards here.
That's another Raiders first down. First and 10.
Into the red zone, it's Carr. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
On 2nd and 10, Carr. This is caught, and he's brought down.
First down Raiders, Carr to Waller.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball across the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be...
And he fights his way into the end zone for a Raider touchdown.
A touchdown run there from a yard out. And the Raiders are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll increase their lead to 28. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here...
And now here is another interception. Picked up by Rock Ya-Sin.
And the Raiders are going to get it back here just past the 35. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ballgame, but that's something right there. Still in the third quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
3 quarters in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Carr now on first down. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Marcus May with a pick.
And the Saints are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line.
Now they get a fourth quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And a good job by the Raider defense yet again as they drop him for a second straight loss. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up third down. Throwing, Winston. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
That incompletion brings us one step closer to the end of this one. Maybe mercifully, partner. And let's face it, though, no surprise they're still flinging it around. They have pride, too.
Desperation time. Winston on 4th down. Going deep here for Landry. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And now possession's going to go over with a football at the 20-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Johnson with a completion over the middle. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
To throw again on 2nd down. Carr. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
Jacobs. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup.
Brought down just shy of the goal line.
Jacobs again. And good work there defensively as they're able to keep him out of the end zone. 3rd and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound.
No gain on the play. Brings up 3rd and 4.
Carr going to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis. And the Saints are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line. Well, they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the 4th quarter, trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. The only people really happy about those picks, any fantasy team that has this defense.
Back near his own goal line, Winston. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
This has obviously been a bad loss, but one of the few things they can still do is try and throw the ball all the way to the end zone and get some points on the board so they're not shut out over the final 2 quarters of this game.
On 3rd down, here's Kamara. And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. On target over the middle to Hill. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to it. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. A couple of first downs have him to the 40 now on 1st and 10. On play action, Winston. Looking long for Thomas. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Rocky Sin. And the Raiders are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, where our booth is here, we can see all of the writers to our left, and their post-game stories, Charles, they have been filed for some time because this game, boy, is it lopsided.
Yeah, we can see our guy Scoop. He's even got his fedora tipped over his face. I think he's taking a nap now. Nothing left to write for him, but how gratifying has it been for them to see what they've done in practice and carry it into a game and see the execution be so good. They've got to feel fantastic about what they've accomplished in this one.
Winston now to throw on first down.
A throw over the middle taken in by Troutman.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Jameis now on first down. And he's got the hook up to Landry. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be second down. Winston now. And he'll go right back to Landry. It's complete again. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down. Winston. And a quick throw here. That's complete.
And he is going to have a Saints first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1.
Winston now from the 50. Going up top. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. Lutz to try to add the PAT. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Raiders pick it up. He's at the 50. The 30.
It's funny to me because we actually keep a football in the booth with us during games. And I notice you cradling the football. You got it tucked pretty tight with the points of pressure here. And that didn't occur on that play, did it?
Now, you saying I wouldn't have fumbled if I was down there?
You would not have fumbled. You got that thing locked in tight.
I also have really large biceps.
And they're able to return this all the way up to the 45.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Well, they don't need to score here, that's for sure. They could just kneel it. They've got the huge lead late 4th quarter, but we'll see how they're feeling, Charles.
Yeah, we all know people out there who like to use every second of the clock, no matter what the score. And we know they don't need the points. They've scored in abundance already. Let's find out how they want to finish this ball game.
Carr going to look to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
A CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Again, it's Carr. And now here is another interception. Marcus May with a pick.
And the Saints come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
It certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go to each other in practice, obviously your training camp, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
Dollar. Hey. DJ Mosky, let's get it. We the champions.